Steve Bays at Garger Deck. Yeah, we're out here at our Build Show Build Boston site. So, you can see here, we have our tile cutting facility. Yeah, the tile guys basically took over one of the guest bedrooms here and set up the tile, but they are doing some beautiful work down at the end of the hallway there in the owner's bath. So, I just wanted to show you, you know, part of construction is we have to find the right place to do things, and so they set up their cutting section here and saws and such and put up their protection, and then everything comes in here to get cut and gets installed down there. So it takes a little bit, you know. One of the things that I always get from homeowners is, like, how long is it going to take to do this or to build this house and this and that, and I think that, oh, well, there's a day where, yeah, the plumber, the electrician, the HVAC guy, and the tile guy, they're all in the house. No, it doesn't work that way. One of the reasons why some things take time is that, you know, we have the tile guy in here. He has to take over a sizable room to be able to cut all of the tile that he needs to do to install it somewhere else in the house. And when he installs it in that somewhere else in the house, he's working out of the room. And when he's done, that's a room that you probably can't go into for a day or two, because all the grout and such, it all has to set up and become firm in place. So there's no electrician working in that bathroom. There's no plumber working in that bathroom. It's just the tile guy for those couple days. So anyways, let's head on down. We'll take a look at what's going on down there in the shower and in the bathroom. A nice, beautiful hallway. Everything from inside that doorway down. This is all owner suite, if you remember from some of the previous tours. But this is where the bathroom starts. So we have our linen closet there. And then, as you can see here, coming into the bathroom, you know, it's organized such that we have a bath vanity there and a bath vanity here. I call them twins. They're exactly, this wall and that wall is exactly the same length. The door is perfectly centered. These are wall-mounted vanities. You can see our hot and cold water, respectively, of the red and blue pipe, and then basically our drain pipe there. We also have a couple pipes there that are going out to feed the shower. We have an outdoor shower just on the other side of the wall here, and these vanities aren't quite wall mounted. I'm dying for them to get put in, but they actually have a shallow, like 6-inch base that has a tapered face that comes up for about 10 inches that basically becomes a foot that the full wall mounted vanity will then sit on. But having that little tapered base gave us the ability to put it on an exterior wall, but have all of our services come up through the floor rather than the wall. Now, obviously the drain goes through the wall, but that's usually warm drain water going down into the basement, so we don't have to worry about that freezing. We just don't want the pipes that are in the service supply lines that are sitting in there freezing in the wall, so we make sure those come up through the floor. But so again, they're held nice and tight. We coordinated with the cabinet maker and the plumber to make sure everything fits within the box of that footing, and then we'll have that 5-foot vanity. Now, as far as the tile guys go, you know, they made sure that this is the center line of the vanity, right? One of the things you don't want to do, or when you're not working with professionals, is you put the vanity in and the faucet is here, right? And it's 5 inches off of that grout line. And you're sitting there saying, okay, who screwed up? The tile guy screwed up? Did the cabinet go in the wrong location? So part of the whole architectural drawing process and laying out tile is ensuring that when I walk in, I have that center line where my mirror or medicine cabinet's going to go. That aligns with the faucet, the center of the vanity, etc., etc. Unless I don't want it to be centered for some reason of asymmetry or more of a balanced situation than a symmetrical. But in here, we're in search of the symmetrical. So that is our center line of the vanity there. That'll get installed there. And then likewise, over here, we have the same situation where this grout line here is the center of the vanity, and it has exactly the same requirements that we talked about there. It's going to have that bottom footer that holds the top up. And remember, it's one of those things where in the drawings, I see that that base is there, but the reason I made it, 6 inches and tapered is that when I walk in, I'm probably not even going to see that base under there. It's just going to look like this vanity is wall mounted and floating in the air, right? Around the corner here, we have the tools and such in there, but that's basically the little alcove for the toilet. Around the corner, we have the door to the outside, and this is a standard Schuco. I call it a walk-through window because it's basically a door that we're using, but it's a full threshold of the window that you can also use as a venting option, right? So basically you can open it just like we can open up the other windows in the bathroom here, but having it as the door option, we're going to have a deck out here that you'll be able to walk out onto, and in this area on the outside, via those 2 pipes, we have an outdoor shower. It's going to have its own enclosure, but for the homeowners, if they choose to, they can opt to shower inside in the shower that we're going to take a look at, or they can go outside to their private little deck that is enclosed, and they have an outdoor shower, and they can shower all summer, all winter long if they want to. They'll have that ability to go out there and use that shower. And the beauty is that shower is also going to provide access. So we have the pool out there, and the pool will have stair access up to the deck and access to that shower from the side of the shower. Lastly, take a peek in here. So this is our shower. Notice we have a bunch of floor protection on here, but I will get a video where we show it because this is the very first time. I can do a quick explanation. We have a shower pan under there, but the shower pan is down about 3 inches, and it has a series of bars, like plastic bars, that suspend the tile on it. So when all of this is picked up and you look at it, there's no drains in the floor. Right? It's just a tiled floor. The difference between the tile floor in here and the tile floor here, in the main bathroom, it'll be grouted. In here above the shower pan, it'll have an 1/8 inch, 3/16 inch gap between the tiles where the water simply falls through the cracks in the tile. It falls into a shower pan underneath, and in that shower pan, we have 2 drains. We have what we would call the low drain and the high drain. The reason you have 2 drains is that the low drain is your primary drain. But if that got clogged for some reason and water started backing up, well, upstream of that, we have the high drain. So after about 1/4 inch of accumulated water, then the water is going to be high enough where it's going to start spilling into the high drain. So, and they both go down into a pipe, eventually the same drain pipe down below, but it's just if that trap or whatever is getting clogged on that primary drain, we have the other drain. So you can still use your shower, you'll just have to go and clean out that lower primary drain. Now I know exactly what a bunch of you are thinking. Hey Steve, this really looks great, but how do you stop that shower pan from growing stuff, right? Because you have all this moisture down there. It's a nice warm environment, high humidity. Like, what keeps stuff from growing down there? So the shower pan is custom made to fit this shower. We sent off these dimensions to Porcelanosa, and they also cut the tile very specifically for that shower pan to make sure that we had all of the respective spacing and appropriate drainage there. But that shower pan also is treated with Microban, so it's an antimicrobial material that is used in the production of that, so it doesn't sustain any microbial growth. Secondly, Porcelanosa will give us a tool where we can basically grab any one of the tiles in the shower and lift them up, because there's simply some bars that get attached to it down below below them that allows it to seat on the shower pan and not move around, but always will have the ability to be removed. So on cleaning day, you can come out here with the tool and you can pop up the 4 or 6 tiles on this side and give the shower pan a good cleaning, drop it down, and then do it over here. It's not something you have to do every day or weekly. It's probably something you're going to do quarterly, right? But you have the ability to do that, or if it's not draining properly, you have the ability to go down there. Now, I'm just going to grab a tile and show you. I can't show you exactly what it is, but I can show you the tile. The homeowners, we picked out a beautiful, Boston slate tile. This is from Porcelanosa. You can see there. It's just, I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, you see the whole floor in this. It has a really nice mix, and you can see here, I'm always amazed. When you put this tile there, you can see how much gray it literally pulls out of that tile, right? And so we have a really nice mix between what we're doing on the walls and what we're in fact doing on the floor. Now, as far as the walls go, we have a waterproofing membrane that gets installed, and all of this stuff is from the Porcelanosa group, right? Butech, which makes their insulation board and all of their skip sheathing or their Lamitech membranes, their waterproofing. The shower gets fully waterproofed and then gets this membrane put over the top of it that our tile then gets attached to. And this is basically like a skip sheathing, if you will. It allows things to move slightly independent of each other. And you can see the tiles going on here. What's interesting, for those of you that have been following around in the construction industry, you probably know this. For those of you that haven't, they have these really cool tile spacers now. Now, when I first came in the business 30 years ago, you might remember the little plastic white crosshairs that you could get in 1/16 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch, 3/16, whatever, and those would be the spacers. But now you get these little spacers here, and what they do is this gets embedded behind the tile in the mortar when these guys are putting this up, and then they have the ability to just simply slide this wedge. You can see the wedge there. And so what this system does when it's installed like that is it keeps the tile in place, it wedges it and kind of squishes it against the mortar bed or the grout bed behind there. But more importantly, because this wedge is tied to that tile and this tile, it provides a nice, clean, in-plane finish between this tile and that tile. So by using these wedges, what the industry has done is it's pretty much taken the game out where this tile could be proud of that tile. So when you go down, my fingernail would catch on the face of that tile. Now it just slides back and forth nice and easy, right? So you don't have that issue through the system because of the use of those wedges. So you can see back here, just a quick look. The reason that for the deep well is we actually have some metal brackets that are going to go on here that are going to come up and hold a bench. So it'll be a floating bench seat in there that's open to below. And then this comes up, and you notice this is a 2x4 wall that's 36 inches high that's held 2 inches off of the framed wall there for a total of 5.5 inches. And what that is, I call it the shampoo shelf, right? So we'll have a bench down here at 18 inches, and that's usually about 1 foot deep. And then when I come up here, I have this full shelf that'll have some type of granite or quartz countertop material here, the same stuff that we'll use to line the opening of the shower. And then you'll have the ability to put a soap dish or whatever. I mean, you're in the shower, having a little utility shelf there is certainly gold. A place to put your shampoo bottles, etc., etc. You can see, the shower here has a series of all kinds of things. We have the valve here that controls which device is going to be used, right? We have a rain shower head up above. We have a attachment here where we're going to have a slider bar with a hose. And then over on this side, we have our controls. We have some body sprays, and then of course the standard overhead shower and the mixing valve there. We're going to have a fully glass enclosed entry here with, remember that tile is just going to be a flush tile system down at the floor there. So anyways, that's a quick tour of the owner's bathroom. Now, I know it's not the finished look, but if you know me, I appreciate what, and we're going to come in here, we're going to shoot the video when those beautiful wall-mounted cabinet vanities are going to be in there. But I think it's just as important that people understand, why did we make the choices that we made? How did we solve the problems that we solved for by having plumbing on an exterior wall, for example, and bringing it up through the floor, but still having a wall-mounted vanity. And then some of the new cutting-edge stuff, like a shower pan that has no drain, just drainable floor tiles. So anyways, we will come back and we'll have all of this protection up. We're just in one of those phases out here where we have a lot of things that are exposed, but a lot of things that are just being protected for the time being. But we definitely will be sure to return, and we'll come back and show you all to you. So anyways, I'm Steve Baczek, Architect. This is the Build Show Build Boston site. If you haven't been watching the videos, we're on episode 22 has been uploaded of the 24 episodes of this entire build from the day we tore down the house in episode 1. So go check those out. They're on the Build Show Network. You can go check them out there and find them under Original Series, and it's called Build Show Build Boston. If you wanted to watch them on YouTube, my good friend Matt Reisinger on his channel, he's the owner of Build Show Network. He has uploaded all of them on his YouTube channel also, and there you can leave comments if you have questions for me. I read the comments very regularly. I try and respond to the respectable questions. Of course, you get your trolls in YouTube, but go check it out. It's Matt Reisinger on YouTube. But that's it for today's video. Until next time.